Hi there, and welcome back to the second video in the Getting Online section of this course. Today I want to talk about the business name, and this means also deciding on your domain name. If you're not sure what a domain name is, we covered it in the last video. Basically anything like Amazon.com or Microsoft.com, that's a domain name, it's your web address, and we're going to be covering that in this video. So generally you'll want your domain name to be your business name. This is mainly to avoid confusion. You wouldn't want to have a business name that's completely different to your web address or vice versa, because it's going to be very hard for people to find you online, and when they do find you online it's going to cause confusion. So most of the time you're going to want exactly the same name as your business. So we're going to be registering a domain name in this video, and it's a simple process. It normally costs around £10 per year. You can get it cheaper in some places, but that's kind of the going rate. And first what you're going to have to do is decide on your business name. Right now I would suggest focusing on the area that you want to focus on. For your web address, it should be similar to the area, and most of the time that's going to be your local area. So I'm from London personally, so I have websites set up using this model within various London boroughs, and I also use some postcodes as well within my web addresses. But you can be creative, but you definitely want to include the location within your domain name. It doesn't have to be one-to-one, but the closer it is, the better. So the name is going to be up to you, and you can be creative, but I would say make sure it is descriptive. So something like, if you're in a town of New Bedford, newbedfordpropertydeals.com makes a lot of sense. If you're in London SE1, that's Southeast 1, London SE1 propertydeals.com is also very good. Or something like We Buy Cheap Houses. I think that's actually an American website, but that's a fantastic, very descriptive domain name. Again though, start by thinking about what you want your business name to be, and that process is mainly going to be about which area you want to focus on. And if you don't know which area yet, I would suggest your local area. SEO, you probably hear this being bandied around by expensive consultants. Basically it stands for Search Engine Optimization. Google is a search engine. In fact, Google, I think, controls around 90% of all search on the internet, outside of China at least. So they are really the search engine. So search engine optimization is the process of preparing a website so that it does well on Google. That's all it is. So it's making sure the content is something that Google understands, and you're telling Google, this is what the website does, and you should rank me for these certain search terms. There are tricky ways to do that, which are a bit sneaky, but for the most part they don't work for a very long time, because the people at Google are extremely smart, and they have a big team and a big budget, so they tend to get rid of these sneaky methods. For us and for this particular business model, SEO is actually not that important. SEO is one way to get traffic, people to your website, but it's one of maybe, countless methods. You have social media like Facebook, you have offline marketing driving to your website, you have paid adverts through Google. There are many different ways to get traffic to your website, and SEO is just one of these methods, and for this particular business it's not going to be the most important. That said, it makes a lot of sense to have a descriptive name like New Bedford Property Deals or London SE1 Property Deals, because that's actually better for Google. Google understands this kind of descriptive website address, and it knows, okay, this website is based in New Bedford, or it's around New Bedford subject, and it's about property deals. So it's very helpful to tell Google right up there in your domain name, in your website address, what this website is. So while we're not going to worry too much about SEO, choosing a descriptive web address, which we should be doing anyway, will also help your SEO as a side benefit. Nearly always, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and say always, you want to get a .com web address. There's very little reason to get anything else. If you're in the UK, you'll probably want to grab the .co.uk as well. But you want, for the most part, you'll want your primary web address to be the .com. The reason is that's just what people are used to. Most people will type .com rather than .net or .org. It's just the most common, and it's also been shown to be slightly better for SEO, for search engine optimization. You should also get the local, i.e. the .co.uk, but only if you can secure the .com as your primary. So if the .com is not available, you should look for a different domain. So what you're going to do, and this is your homework, the first piece of practical homework actually, is I want you to go to a website called Namechecker. That's Namechecker but without the final E. This is a very useful tool for checking availability of website addresses, social media, usernames, and basically everything you'll need for your business. Once you head there, put in the domain name that you're thinking about with a .com, and you'll want to get availability for the .com, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, the Twitter. That's optional, it's less important. And then things like Instagram, Snapchat, all the other social media accounts, YouTube probably won't need. All of those other social media accounts are going to be less important. So the main ones are going to be the .com, the Facebook, the LinkedIn. These are going to be your primary availability that you'll be checking for. So right now, there's actually no need to buy it immediately, and this will become clear in the next video why. But very shortly, whenever you purchase hosting, generally it will come with a free domain name, a free .com. So if you're going to buy hosting, which is in the next video, just wait for now, don't purchase the new domain name. All I want you to do is to write it down and to keep note of it. And in the next video, we'll be securing both the hosting and at the same time getting the free domain from the hosting company directly, instead of buying the domain name and the host. And that's going to save you a little bit of money. So that's why I want you to hold off for now. Just write it down, and we'll come back to it in the next video.